step into a tribute like no other, where we honor the wrestling legends whose impact still echoes through the sport. Their passion and dedication shaped generations, leaving behind unforgettable legacies. We also bring you heartfelt updates on Dominik Mysterio, whose recent news has deeply touched fans worldwide. Join us as we celebrate their stories, cherish their influence, and ensure their memories live on. Subscribe now to be part of this lasting tribute to wrestling's greatest icons. Doug Furnas, born on December 11, 1959 in Sullivan, Indiana, was a standout professional wrestler renowned for his remarkable blend of athleticism and technical expertise. Embarking on his wrestling journey in the late 1980s, Furnas quickly carved a niche for himself in various promotions across the United States, earning a reputation for his unwavering work ethic and exceptional in-ring performances. His early career in the United States Wrestling Association, USWA, set the stage for his later success, as his talents caught the attention of larger wrestling promotions. Furnas's career reached new heights when he joined major promotions like the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, and World Championship Wrestling, WCW, where his dynamic style and versatility captivated audiences. However, it was his time in All Japan Pro Wrestling, AJPW, that solidified his place in the wrestling world. Partnering with fellow wrestler Phil LaFon, the duo formed one of the most respected tag teams in the industry. Known for their high-octane, technically flawless matches, Furnas and LaFon captured multiple tag team titles, earning widespread acclaim for their chemistry and wrestling acumen. Furnas's wrestling style was a perfect blend of power, agility, and innovation. Whether executing powerful slams or intricate submission holds, he was always willing to push the boundaries of what was possible inside the ring. His rivalries with top stars of the time further highlighted his talent and solidified his status as a top-tier wrestler. Tragically, Doug Furnas passed away at the age of 52. His death was attributed to complications from a heart attack, which was likely exacerbated by his years of physical strain in the ring. Despite his untimely passing, Furnas's legacy endures, remembered as a dedicated and skilled performer who left an indelible mark on professional wrestling. His contributions to the craft, along with his unforgettable matches, continue to resonate with fans and peers alike. Mr. Wrestling, born Tim Woods on July 28, 1934, was a prominent figure in American professional wrestling. He began his career at the age of 28 under his real name, but it was his transformation into the masked character, Mr. Wrestling, that made him a star. This change was masterminded by Nebraska promoter Joe Dusek. Wearing a distinctive white mask and singlet, Mr. Wrestling quickly became a beloved persona, captivating fans in major wrestling territories, including Georgia, Florida, Texas, and Mid-Atlantic. He also made appearances in the Worldwide Wrestling Federation, WWF, alternating between his masked identity and wrestling as Tim Woods, depending on the location. One of the most infamous events in Woods' career occurred in 1968 during a shoot fight in Columbus, Georgia, against street fighter Arnold Sperlin, a former Golden Gloves boxer. The altercation escalated when Sperlin bit off a portion of Woods' finger. The situation spiraled out of control, with other wrestlers and Sperlin's associates intervening, some armed with knives. Woods' severed finger was surgically reattached, but he never fully regained its function. The injury haunted him throughout his career, even affecting his matches, such as a title challenge against NWA World Heavyweight Champion Gene Kiniski, which was stopped due to bleeding from the wound. Despite this setback, Woods' technical wrestling skills and charisma ensured his popularity with fans. He remained a beloved figure in the wrestling world until his passing at 68 years old in 2002. His death was attributed to complications related to a heart attack. Woods' legacy lives on as one of wrestling's most respected and enduring figures, particularly for his iconic masked persona, which became a symbol of mystery and skill in the sport. Bertha Faye, born Rhonda Singh on August 14, 1964, was a professional wrestler who gained fame in major wrestling promotions during the 1990s. Known for her dynamic presence and distinctive persona, she made her mark in the wrestling world before tragically passing away at the age of 36 on February 16, 2001. The cause of her death was complications arising from a heart attack, which was later attributed to health issues related to obesity. Singh began her wrestling career in the late 1980s, initially working the independent circuit. She earned her big break in 1995 when she joined the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, now WWE, under the ring name Bertha Faye. Her imposing size, combined with a comedic antagonist role, set her apart from the more traditional female wrestlers of the time. Faye's character was designed to be both intimidating and humorous, creating a unique contrast to the more typical glamorous female performers. Faye made an immediate impact in the WWF, capturing the WWF Women's Championship in 1995. Her wrestling style, which mixed strength with comedic elements, resonated with audiences, making her a standout in the women's division. She played an essential role in bringing more attention to women's wrestling in an era when it was often overshadowed by the male-dominated storylines. After her time with the WWF, Faye also appeared in World Championship Wrestling, WCW, where she continued to entertain fans with her distinctive character and in-ring skills. Despite her contributions to wrestling, Bertha Faye's career was tragically cut short. She passed away at a young age due to heart complications, which were exacerbated by her struggles with obesity. Her death left a void in the industry, and she is remembered fondly by fans for her larger-than-life character, her contributions to women's wrestling, and the lasting impact she left on the sport. Jeff Gaylord, born on October 15, 1958, was a prominent American professional wrestler who made a name for himself in various North American regional and independent promotions throughout the late 1980s and 1990s. He was perhaps best known for his work as a frequent tag team partner of Jeff Jarrett, and for his time spent in prestigious organizations such as Bill Watts's Universal Wrestling Federation, UWF, World Class Championship Wrestling, WCCW, and the United States Wrestling Association, USWA. Debuting professionally in 1985, Gaylord quickly rose through the ranks in the Mid-South region, where he faced a series of notable opponents, including Timothy Flowers and Tarzan Goto. He also became a member of the infamous faction The Psychos, led by Psycho Sid Vicious, before later taking on the persona of Akeem Hussein in the USWA's Nation of Domination storyline. This versatility in his character work allowed Gaylord to adapt to various storylines, cementing his reputation as a versatile and skilled in-ring performer. Gaylord's career also saw him make a brief but memorable appearance in the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, as the Black Knight during the 1993 Survivor Series. His ability to seamlessly transition between different roles further demonstrated his talent and wide-ranging appeal in the wrestling world. Over the years, Gaylord faced off against an array of legendary opponents, including Ivan and Nikita Koloff, and engaged with rising stars of the time. His contributions to the wrestling industry left a lasting impact on fans who appreciated his dedication and adaptability in the ring. Tragically, Jeff Gaylord passed away at the age of 64. While the exact cause of his death was not publicly disclosed, it is reported that he had been dealing with health issues in his later years, which may have contributed to his untimely passing. Despite his death, his legacy endures through the memories of his fans and the enduring impact of his work within the industry. Rick Rude, born Richard Morgan Rude on December 7, 1958 in St. Peter, Minnesota, was one of the most iconic wrestlers to ever step into the ring. With his muscular physique, charismatic presence, and undeniable talent, Rude made a huge impact in the wrestling world throughout the 1980s and 1990s. He started his career in the early 80s and quickly became known for his larger-than-life persona and his ability to both entertain and infuriate crowds. Rick Rude rose to fame in the WWF and WCW, where he became a major player with his signature move, the Rude Awakening, and his infamous catchphrase, "ravishing." Whether he was flaunting his abs or getting under the skin of top stars like Hulk Hogan, Jake the Snake Roberts, and Ultimate Warrior, Rude's ability to spark reactions made him a fan favorite, especially as a heel. His ability to blend technical wrestling with his larger-than-life persona made his matches a must-watch. Rude's accomplishments in the ring were impressive, earning him several titles, including the WWF Intercontinental Championship and the WCW United States Heavyweight Championship. His ability to mix in-ring skill with his natural charisma made him one of the most captivating wrestlers of his time. After retiring from wrestling in the late 90s, Rude stayed involved in the industry, working as a manager and commentator. In 2017, he was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, solidifying his legendary status. Sadly, Rick Rude's life was cut short when he passed away at just 40 years old. The cause of death was attributed to heart failure, which was later linked to complications from a mixture of prescription drugs and steroids. Despite his untimely passing, Rude's legacy remains a significant part of wrestling history, and he is still remembered as one of the sport's all-time greats. Billy Two Rivers, born on May 5, 1935 in Kahnawake, Quebec, was a revered Canadian Mohawk professional wrestler, actor, and a prominent leader within the Mohawk community. His illustrious wrestling career began in 1953, and it spanned over 2 decades, concluding in 1977. Over the course of his career, he competed across various countries, including the United States, the United Kingdom, Japan, and his native Canada. Two Rivers received his training from the legendary Don Eagle, a former world heavyweight champion, and made his professional debut in Detroit in February 1953, where he faced off against Rose Martino. In the late 1950s, Two Rivers cemented his place in the wrestling world, forming a successful tag team partnership with Don Eagle. Together, they won the prestigious NWA Southern Tag Team Championship, solidifying Two Rivers' reputation as a top-tier wrestler. By the 1960s, Two Rivers had become a fixture in the UK wrestling scene. There, he highlighted his First Nations heritage by performing in full regalia, including a feathered headdress, and incorporating traditional Mohawk war dances into his performances. His unique persona made him a standout attraction, elevating him beyond the status of a mere journeyman wrestler. Following his retirement from wrestling, Two Rivers became an influential leader in Kahnawake, serving as an elder, chief, and counselor. He was a vocal advocate for Indigenous rights and played a critical role during the 1990 Oka crisis, when he led protests against the encroachment of non-Indigenous developments on sacred Mohawk land. His efforts in both wrestling and Indigenous activism earned him lasting respect in both arenas. Billy Two Rivers passed away at the age of 87. His death was attributed to complications from Parkinson's disease, a condition he had battled for several years. His legacy as a wrestler and a champion of Indigenous rights continues to inspire future generations. Richard Van Slater, known professionally as Dick Slater, was a prominent figure in American professional wrestling, whose career spanned from the 1970s into the mid-1990s. Born on May 19, 1951 in Tampa, Florida, Slater's journey into wrestling began at Robinson High School, where he trained with Mike Graham. He later attended the University of Tampa alongside Paul Orndorff, both of whom would go on to achieve success in the wrestling world. Slater made his debut in 1972 with Championship Wrestling from Florida, CWF, where he quickly gained attention due to his natural charisma and in-ring prowess. Over the course of his early career, Slater secured significant titles, including the NWA Florida Tag Team Championship and NWA Florida Television Championship. His success in Florida led him to Georgia Championship Wrestling, GCW, where he became a 4-time NWA Georgia Heavyweight Champion and won multiple tag team championships during his 8-year stint with the promotion. Slater's wrestling career also included stints in Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling and World Championship Wrestling, WCW. Notably, he participated in the inaugural Starrcade event. Though he briefly worked with the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, where he adopted a rebel gimmick, Slater returned to WCW soon after. Despite his wrestling success, Slater's later years were marked by legal troubles. In June 2004, he was convicted of stabbing his former girlfriend, Teresa Halbert. The incident led to a sentence of 1 year of house arrest and 2 years of probation, which Slater attributed to his struggles with painkiller addiction. Dick Slater passed away at the age of 67. His death was reportedly due to complications from heart disease. While his career was marred by controversy, Slater's impact on Southern wrestling remains profound, and his legacy continues to be remembered by fans and fellow wrestlers alike. Dominik Oscar Gutierrez, more widely known in the professional wrestling world as Dominik Mysterio, was born on April 5, 1997, in San Diego, California. Hailing from one of the most renowned wrestling families, Dominik's early exposure to the world of sports entertainment was inevitable. As the son of Rey Mysterio, a legendary figure who revolutionized the cruiserweight division and introduced lucha libre to a global audience, Dominik's journey into the squared circle was almost predestined. Rey's influence over the wrestling industry, coupled with his iconic status, would naturally shape the trajectory of his son's career, both in terms of expectations and opportunities. From his infancy, Dominik was steeped in the traditions and culture of professional wrestling. As a child, he made sporadic appearances on WWE programming, becoming part of some of the company's most memorable storylines. Most notably, in 2005, Dominik became the focal point of one of the most talked-about angles in WWE history. He was thrust into a controversial custody battle storyline between Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero, a storyline that culminated in a dramatic ladder match at SummerSlam. Though he was just a child at the time, this early exposure to the industry foreshadowed the role that Dominik would ultimately play within WWE's ecosystem. Early years in wrestling, a legacy begins. Growing up with a father who was a fixture in WWE, Dominik found himself immersed in wrestling culture from an early age. However, his path into the wrestling ring was not immediate. Unlike many second-generation wrestlers who often start their careers by honing their skills on the independent circuit, Dominik's journey was fast-tracked. Recognizing his potential early on, WWE ensured that Dominik was properly trained, both by his father and by other legendary figures in the business, including the likes of Lance Storm. Dominik's rigorous training process was a blend of tradition and modern wrestling styles, allowing him to refine his in-ring abilities and establish his unique wrestling persona. His natural athleticism and inherent understanding of wrestling dynamics made him a quick study. After years of preparation, Dominik made his official WWE in-ring debut at SummerSlam 2020. The match, which pitted him against one of WWE's top stars, Seth Rollins, was a highly anticipated event, marking Dominik's formal entry into the WWE spotlight. In a brutal street fight, Dominik, despite taking considerable punishment, held his own, impressing both fans and critics with his resilience, agility, and willingness to take high-risk moves. Although Dominik did not win the match, the sheer intensity of his performance indicated that he was a star on the rise. Following this debut, he became a regular fixture on WWE programming, with his father Rey Mysterio often by his side in tag team matches. The Mysterio father-son duo quickly became fan favorites, with their dynamic in-ring chemistry evident for all to see. In 2021, Dominik and Rey made history by capturing the SmackDown Tag Team Championship, becoming the first-ever father and son duo to win WWE Gold. This monumental achievement not only validated Dominik's place in the company, but also set the stage for the next phase of his career. The Judgment Day, a shift in character and persona. While Dominik Mysterio's early career was defined by his association with his father, it was in 2022 that Dominik truly began to step out of Rey's shadow. In a shocking turn of events, Dominik betrayed his father, aligning himself with the Judgment Day, a villainous faction led by Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and Rhea Ripley. This dramatic heel turn marked a significant shift in Dominik's character, as he abandoned his clean-cut, high-flying babyface persona in favor of a more aggressive, darker demeanor. His decision to join the Judgment Day not only stunned WWE fans, but also set the stage for his evolution as a heel. With the Judgment Day, Dominik adopted a new, more methodical in-ring style. His high-flying maneuvers, which had previously been a hallmark of his wrestling style, became less frequent as he embraced a more grounded, aggressive approach to his matches. This change in style allowed him to tap into a different side of his wrestling persona, one that was more calculating and ruthless. As part of this faction, Dominik engaged in heated feuds with some of WWE's top superstars, including his father Rey Mysterio, Edge, and other high-profile names. Dominik's alliance with Rhea Ripley played a pivotal role in his transformation. Ripley, known for her dominant presence in the women's division, became a mentor and enforcer for Dominik, guiding him through the intricacies of heel work and helping to solidify his new persona. Ripley's influence over Dominik extended beyond the ring, with her mentorship playing a key role in his character development, both inside and outside of the ring. His heel turn with the Judgment Day proved to be a catalyst for Dominik's career, as it reignited his momentum and led to championship success. In addition to his tag team title victory with Rey Mysterio, Dominik also captured the NXT North American Championship twice. These title reigns were significant milestones in Dominik's journey, demonstrating that he was no longer merely Rey Mysterio's son, but a legitimate competitor in his own right. His championship reigns, while not as prominent as some of the company's top stars, solidified his place in WWE's mid-card division and proved that Dominik was capable of carrying a title. Injury setbacks and health concerns, the price of high-risk wrestling. Like many professional wrestlers, Dominik Mysterio has faced his fair share of physical setbacks during his career. Given his high-impact wrestling style, which incorporates high-flying moves and fast-paced sequences, injuries are an unfortunate but inevitable part of his journey. Dominik's most significant injury occurred during a match with Andrade, where he suffered a legitimate elbow injury. The match, which took place on Raw, featured Dominik taking a brutal bump, which caused him to visibly grimace in pain. It was later revealed that Dominik had suffered a hyperextended elbow, an injury that required him to take time off from in-ring action for recovery. The timing of this injury raised concerns among WWE officials and fans alike, particularly as Dominik was in the midst of a major push with the Judgment Day faction. However, medical evaluations suggested that Dominik would not require surgery, and after several weeks of rehabilitation, he was able to return to action. WWE creatively used his injury as part of an ongoing storyline, with Dominik's absence further intensifying the internal strife within the Judgment Day faction. In addition to the elbow injury, rumors have circulated regarding potential lingering health concerns, particularly related to Dominik's knees. As a wrestler who relies heavily on his agility and high-flying moves, knee injuries are a constant risk. There have been reports suggesting that Dominik has been dealing with knee issues, which could potentially affect his long-term career. As his in-ring style continues to evolve, there are concerns that these injuries may force him to alter his wrestling approach in the future. Moreover, there have been whispers in the WWE community about possible concussion-related concerns for Dominik. Although there has been no official confirmation from WWE regarding these rumors, fans have pointed out instances where Dominik appeared slightly dazed after taking particularly hard bumps in the ring. Given WWE's strict concussion protocols, these concerns are taken seriously, and Dominik's health is closely monitored. However, the ongoing speculation surrounding his physical well-being has fueled discussions about his long-term prospects in the business. Resilience and recovery, Dominik's commitment to his craft. Despite these injury setbacks and health concerns, Dominik Mysterio has shown remarkable resilience. His ability to recover quickly from his elbow injury and return to WWE programming demonstrated his commitment to his craft and his love for the business. Unlike many second-generation wrestlers who struggle to establish their identity, Dominik has embraced the evolution of his character. From a young, eager underdog to a confident, hated heel, Dominik has successfully carved out his own niche in WWE. In interviews, Dominik has expressed his determination to continue improving his skills and to rise above the challenges that come with being a legacy wrestler. While acknowledging the pressure of carrying the Mysterio name, he has emphasized his desire to forge his own path. His ongoing involvement in the Judgment Day, alongside experienced mentors such as Finn Balor and Damian Priest, shows that WWE sees Dominik as a key player for the future. As he continues to learn and grow, Dominik remains focused on his goal of becoming a main event caliber superstar. Future prospects. What lies ahead for Dominik? As Dominik Mysterio's career progresses, the question remains, what does the future hold for him? His rapid improvement, paired with his ability to generate real heat from the audience, suggests that Dominik has the potential to become a top-tier heel in WWE. His success in capturing the NXT North American Championship, as well as his continued involvement in high-profile storylines, indicates that WWE is grooming him for even greater accomplishments in the future. One possibility that looms on the horizon is a long-term rivalry with his father, Rey Mysterio. As Rey's career nears its twilight, a WrestleMania showdown between father and son remains a dream match for many fans. Such a confrontation could serve as the ultimate test of Dominik's growth as a wrestler and solidify his place as one of the top stars in WWE. Beyond feuds and championships, Dominik's future could also involve a potential face turn. Should he seek redemption and reconciliation with his father, a face turn could add new layers of complexity to his character. WWE's history of long-term storytelling suggests that a redemption arc could be in the cards, providing Dominik with another opportunity to evolve and capture the hearts of the audience. Conclusion: Dominik Mysterio's growing legacy. Dominik Mysterio's journey in WWE has been filled with challenges, triumphs, and moments of undeniable growth. From being the son of a wrestling legend to carving out his own identity as a compelling and hated heel, Dominik has proven that he is a force to be reckoned with in the wrestling world. While injuries and health concerns have posed obstacles along the way, his resilience and determination suggest that he has the potential to create a lasting legacy in WWE. As he continues to evolve, Dominik's future in WWE appears bright. Whether as a dominant heel in the Judgment Day or a future main eventer, Dominik Mysterio is one of the most intriguing young superstars in the company today. With continued hard work, experience, and the right opportunities, he may well follow in his father's footsteps while also establishing a legacy uniquely his own.